Hello again, folks. My name is Mike Cieslak. First, a couple of housekeeping notes. Your phones have automatically been placed on mute to drown out any background or excess noise that would interrupt the presentation. If you have any questions, please submit them through the chat function at the bottom of the Zoom window, and we will be addressing the questions at the end of the presentation. With that, I'll go ahead and turn it over to Andrew.
All right. Thank you, Mike, and thank you, everybody, for joining us this afternoon. Just going to go ahead and jump into things and talk about insurance, engagement, and ROI. So as CX professionals, we are responsible for the customer satisfaction and revenue growth of our brands. But with today's economically uncertain forecasts, a lot of organizations aren't looking to take on any big disruptive projects at the moment. So if we are then going to do more with less in an increasingly competitive landscape, any successful strategies we bring to the table are going to have to check a few boxes. First of which is a focus on customer engagement. So today's technology makes it easier than ever for customers to find plenty of options, and thus they have a low tolerance for user friction. So if we can deliver more than just customer experience, but true customer engagement by consistently delivering personalized, friendly, and helpful interactions, then they have fewer reasons to go searching at those other options. And as we said above, organizations aren't looking for big disruptive projects. So any tools that we prioritize must work with our existing efforts, our existing workflows, and our existing environments. And these tools should have a relatively low ROI threshold to meet or exceed, because eventually you must sell these tools to the rest of your team, and the inevitable question will come up, well, how does this turn to revenue? So having an easy to meet ROI will be easier on everyone. And finally, while it is awesome to have a great tool for sales enablement, or say a great tool for customer service, it is better to have a great tool that touches every step of the customer journey and thus enhances that all-important customer lifetime value metric. So what we're looking for are customer-focused, price-conscious tools that impact the common pain points that our customers in the insurance world feel. And of course, one of the most classic is feeling like a policy number rather than a person. Being able to interact with a real person and feel as if you were being heard and sympathized with, rather than just a 10-digit account number. But it can be other things like frustration with forms, tasks, navigating sites and apps, or finding very specific, detailed answers to their particular circumstances. So we call these areas the gaps in customer experience. And what causes these gaps? Well, over the last 10 years, webmasters have gotten pretty good at using these quick self-service tools like AI chatbots or support center articles and help forums to things like automated phone trees, IVRs, or the Calendly style self-schedule apps. And these are great tools. They are highly automated. They tend to be pretty set it and forget it. But there are areas where these self-service tools do fall short and thus expose our CX gaps. So, for example, impromptu meetings. Zoom is a great tool for talking to someone face-to-face tomorrow, but if you want to talk to someone face-to-face in the next 20 seconds, it might not be the best fit. And a chatbot's not going to do much to help you with long forms, things like account onboarding or applications, into the more advanced use cases like real-time ID verification or following customers to third-party document signing apps, what most of the world will know as DocuSign, most likely, and of course the higher tier service and IT support, the VIP concierge level, where really a human touch is necessary. So how do we then close these gaps in the customer experience? Well, at Recursive Labs, we believe the key is in visual engagement. That means things like using inbound video chat as a primary sales and support channel. Video chat that easily integrates with secure co-browsing or even full desktop screen sharing, and things like no download in browser video chat, because the last thing you want when a personalized engagement is happening is to then stop that engagement, ask your customer to go to the Play Store, download something, sign up for a service, when you would much rather have one click and be able to interact with them across not just your website, your apps, but any device, any channel, any browser. So this is the theory behind visual engagement, but to let you really see this in action, I'm going to turn things over to Bud, who will show you these tools actually in practice.
All right, thanks, Andrew. And as he turns that over here, let's talk about how we can step in and really come along and help you to not only gain new policyholders, but to retain the ones that you have. And as we kind of step into that, we're going to do that, as he said, with really a focus on three main areas: video chat, the ability to take it inbound, to escalate, to take you to that next level when chats get complex, to do a live stream camera share, or to do a co-browse and a screen share. Basically, with one click, you see what they see, and we're able to take you there very quickly. And let's do it let's start out and work with some of our screen share and co-browse tools. And in this realm, I'm going to go ahead and bring in this financial services website and allow you to see what the customer is experiencing here on the left. And on the right-hand side, I'm going to go ahead and bring in our Recursive Labs tool suite. And we can actually take this tool suite and use it in many different ways. We can go ahead and run it as a standalone application. We can run it from within somewhere like Salesforce, Five9, Zendesk, Microsoft Dynamics, a number of different areas. And here you see it inside of Salesforce. Or you can go ahead and run that inside of your own by using our embeddable widget set. So there again, a number of different ways that we can allow you to interact. And you can mix and match these ways to suit your environment, especially in a larger insurance environment. That can be very, very key, as you have different functions and different groups and roles and responsibilities. But again, we've got tools to handle the entirety of the customer life cycle, and we can do it from support on live telephone calls coming into your contact center. We can do it through escalations and working through text chat. And basically, if your customer's got a device and they've got an issue, we can help. And so if you look, let's start in the simplest case. We're going to go ahead and assume that the customer here on the left is on your website. They've had a problem and they've called into your contact center. And as Andrew was saying, Zoom is a terrific tool for pre-scheduled events. But if you think about all the times that you interact with your customers and your policy holders, chances are the vast majority are on their time, not yours. And so when that happens, a tool like Zoom isn't very friendly. So let's assume the customer's on the phone with a contact center, and now they need help. They're not sure what to do on the website. Well, in this case, we can, when we're talking to a little double screen icon in the lower left-hand corner, and this can be an icon, it can be your icon, it can be hidden and hotkeyed onto the page. There are numerous ways to do it. You can start it from a chat, as I said. And so in this case, we're going to get them to go ahead and do a single click on there. On the agent side, a couple of different ways we can do this. You can be in the standalone screen. You could be in a CRM like Salesforce. And when we're in a CRM, we're going to go ahead and record all of those activities, all of those interactions, and actually allow you to generate those all with native CRM reports so that all of that data is captured live and in stream. And so we'll start out in this case as they're on the phone, as I said, and instruct them to go ahead and click. That click is going to generate a 9-digit code that you see down here in the lower left-hand corner. That security code's read off to your agent. I'm going to go ahead and just copy this into Salesforce. But if you notice, the customer hasn't had to download or install anything. As the agent, I go ahead and simply click, and now I am able to see live exactly what the customer's seeing. All right, just that easy, no muss, no fuss, no mess. Click and go, and now I have a live cursor inside of their application. I am able to point to different things. I'm able to guide them around. I'm able to show them what I want them to do. We don't, we're not asking to take over, take control. We don't download. We don't do anything that would violate the customer's trust. We can see also where they are as they move around on the screen. We know what they're doing and where they're at. And when I need them to get somewhere and I want them to go ahead and get into a different place or a different spot, I'm able to even go ahead and document and draw on the screen as I need to. So I can come in and I can pull through and show them exactly where I want them to go. And I've got a full suite and palette of annotation tools to allow me to do just that. And if I want, I can even change color and say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and put a red arrow in here, and this is where I'm going to want you to click. And so as I do that, it's just that easy. The tools are extremely easy to learn. and they're all visual, highly retention-based kind of training that goes very, very quickly. So now I can see, I've illustrated where I need the customer or the policyholder to go. And in this case, I'm going to go ahead and click as the policyholder, and we're going to drop into a document. And many of you have policies and different documents and forms that need to be filled out all across your website. And we can walk right from the co-browse into that particular document. And if I need to, I can even go ahead and draw in anywhere I need them to pay attention. And again, I'm doing all of this without ever violating the integrity of the session. So there's no way that the policyholder could ever come back. No, I didn't sign up for the policy. I didn't enroll in that feature. You can't charge me for that. Your agent did it with this co-browse thing. It's not possible. We maintain that trust relationship, and you're merely there looking over their shoulders. So in the insurance industry, we're basically emulating the old kitchen table kind of meeting, which we can now allow them to do and roll through very, very seamlessly. And as you see, when they scroll and they move, we're going to go ahead and actually generate a new image on our side and follow right along with them. And when they fill something out, in this case, I'm just going to do a quick fill here, and you'll see that as we have generated an email and a phone number that we've entered into the site, you'll see over here on the customer side, those have been redacted. Over on the agent cannot see them. Now, this can be any element or any field that you want within your website. You can go ahead and simply allow that to be redacted without having to change the underlying site at all. And that data is never even transmitted off of the consumer machine. So from a data privacy perspective, you can allow them to maintain complete control. On the customer side, on the policyholder side here, you'll see there's an array of tools along the bottom here, and these are all completely customizable. You can leave them on, you can pick select ones, you can take them all off, completely up to you. But one of the frequent ones that does stay is this little icon here that says see what I'm sharing. So if you, for example, have a customer who wants to put in a site where they need help putting in their credit card information, okay, well, we want to make sure that not only have we redacted it, we want to make sure the customer has no concern or fear about what's going on. And so you can actually, with that icon, open up with a single click a window that allows them to see exactly what you're seeing. And you can reassure them that you're not able to see any of that credit card or personal information. And when it comes to things like credit card information, we can be 100% PCI compliant with our ability to dynamically configure these feeds. And again, it's just very, very simple to go ahead and just that easily, one click, get them to where you need them to be. We have the ability to move them to different URLs, do other things to move you around. And if we would have started this from a text chat, sometimes when you do that, that text chat can turn into war and peace, right? And never what you intend chat to be. You want it to be a quick and easy piece, but sometimes the subject gets to be a little more complicated than that. And when that happens, we've got the ability, if you want, to allow you to escalate to a video chat or even just a simple voice chat directly out of the text chat. Simply click on the little icon, tell them you're going to see a little green checkbox to go ahead and click that checkbox. And as soon as you do that, you're going to pop up a box and we'll be able to have a live conversation. So again, escalating where you need from text chat to a live conversation, all 100% no download. It's Tuesday, and now you're seeing me in here in both spaces. I don't get any better looking as the week goes along. So we'll go ahead and bring that one down, but it's just that quick. That can be set up to be configured as a voice to voice, a video to video, however you want that to be. But one thing that's important about co-browse is when the consumer's in his web tab and he's co-browsing with you, if he or she needs to go, let's say, over to their bank and see if they can make a payment. So as they jump over to US Bank and they run to make sure that they have enough cash to go ahead and make the payment in this particular account, and you're noticing here on the right, you don't go with them. From a co-browsing standpoint, not only can we secure things at an element level, we lock the tab that you're on to only your store, if you will. And so you're not seeing anything else except exactly the web property that you own and control. When the customer's done, all they need to do is do a one click and they're done, and they can go back about their business. All of the data, everything else is perfectly in place. And you'll see as the agent side that you have finished. And now all of that has been recorded into the CRM, and you're able to move forward and go support the next customer. So let's take another use case that is a one in the environment. As I said, if you have an application that you need to get to or something that you need to do, we can help you get from here to there, regardless of the device. And another way that we do that is with our WebRTC full desktop capability. This capability is also bundled inside of that same real-time product. And in this case, we're going to go ahead and again have that same 9-digit code type of an effect. We simply click on it, but in terms of the share, it's going to be a little different style now. You'll see as the agent sets up, we're going to go ahead, and as the session comes on, we're going to go ahead and click a share my screen. And this is going to take a couple of different forms. We can share the entire screen. So if you need to see, go to, let's say, a competitor site and the customer wants to walk you through their coverage, you can do that when you're talking about customer acquisition. If they've got an itemized list of expenses, you could actually go down and share a given application. So you could share Excel if you needed to. If you want, in this case, we're going to deal with something that is a very common thing, and that is sign and walk them through a DocuSign. I'm going to go ahead and click this, and now you're going to see, without downloading, installing anything, I'm going to bring up my DocuSign screen here. And so as we come in, I'm going to go ahead here and click on this side. And now here you're the agent on the right, you see the DocuSign here on the left, and you can instruct the customer. Go ahead and click on the continue button. And now the DocuSign piece comes up, and I can do whatever I need to help walk the customer. Yes, just put the date in the first two fields and hit the tab. And you're able to continue to go ahead and walk them through whatever they need on the DocuSign side, all the way through and finish the doc. And you'll see I'm able to browse right through. And again, this could have been a competitive site. You could have gone to a full desktop. You could have shared an application, but you can take them wherever they need to go in the experience across the customer lifecycle and do all of the work that you need to be able to help your customers drive the customer satisfaction, close more business. And again, when you're done, when you're finished, the customer simply needs to end the session, and away you go. And now we're closed. We can go ahead and do whatever we need to on the customer side. And on this side, we've gone ahead, session is over, activity's been recorded to the CRM if need be, and we can pop out and go on and help the next customer. Another piece of data, I'm going to jump to yet again, a final kind of different way of doing these types of screen share environments. And that is sometimes when you've got a customer that needs help, you may need to actually help them fill the form out to drive things in for them and actually collaboratively help the customer. So let's say I'm sitting in here trying to create an account. I don't know, specifically how to go about this. And I'm really struggling because I'm not very tech savvy. And I've called you and said, can you help me? And so I say, yes, go ahead and click on the double screen icon. And again, this can be any kind of iconography or link that you have on the site. And in this case, I'm going to go ahead and again, generate always that 9-digit security code. And that 1 in a billion code is very helpful, combined with our unique 80 character plus graphical unique ID that you're embedding into your website. It's a very, very simple process, an incredible amount of security. And in this case, I'm going to go ahead and use our collaborative application. And our collaborative cobrowse actually allows you to have some limited control in the environment. As you see, I'm in the agent window, scrolling through and moving the screen. I can scroll the screen for them. I can draw on it like I did before. But with collaborative, we can also allow you to basically designate selected fields, never the final submit. All right, we won't support that, but we'll let you go ahead and jointly fill out certain fields if you designate as such. So here you'll see, I'm going to go ahead and put in certain things, and I'm actually typing from the agent side. and putting it into the document here on the left for the customer. Now, what I can't do is if I have something like a social security number, here you see on the agent as I try and click in there, I cannot. But if you have something that's proprietary and protected, you can guide them, draw out if you need to, but tell the customer they are going to need to put in the social. And as you see in my agent window on the other side, it remains protected. I still can't see, even though I'm in a collaborative environment, what they're actually putting in. Now I'm going to go ahead and down here as the agent, the agent can fill out part of this, right? But also I can come in here as a customer and I can fill out some as well. But again, when it comes to hitting submit, no, I can't. As you see, as I come in here on the agent side, I can't do that. I have to actually review and submit from the customer side. So on the collaborative end, we can also allow you to help fill things out with the agent to shorten the handle time, reduce customer frustration, and to take the friction out that Andrew was talking about. And again, when they're complete or when they no longer need your help, you can go ahead and stop that share and you can go on as the customer and fill out whatever else you need to. And that gives you a kind of an overview of all of our real-time product. And we focus on allowing customers to go ahead and make this the experience that they want and that you want for your customers, right? So now I'm going to jump real quickly. And many of you have a mobile app. And when you've got a mobile app, we want to make sure we can go right with you in that mobile realm as well. And again, I'll do this right from within Salesforce. And again, this could be done in sales. This could be done standalone and however you need that to be handled. But inside my mobile device here, I'm going to go ahead and start up our financial services mobile app. And as you see here now, I've got an app for Broker Financial down here on my mobile device. And this is my actual live mobile. So if I get a text here that I've done something wrong, I'm in trouble at home, it may show up here anytime live. So I'm always prepared for that one. But what you've got inside of the environment here is you'll see where we have share with an agent. Now, this is totally for demo purposes. You would never, as an insurance company, place this down on the device like this. You have complete control of the UI. We've simply done this to make it simple and easy for you to see as we go through and demo. And in this case, we're going to touch it and we're going to set up and use the conventions, in this case, within an Android phone. We can use both an Android and an iOS SDK here to support. And in this case, again, it's a 9-digit code that your agent is typing into Salesforce. And in that realm, we're going to go ahead and start the session, verify that it's a good code from the agent side. And now we didn't have to care what device the customer was on, whether they were on your website or in your mobile app. We're able to see live exactly what's going on. You see, I can point through here. I can help them. I can guide them as they're scrolling through. Where they tap on the screen, I can see it. Okay. If there were, let's say if you were in a payment panel, all of this is controllable by your developers because we give you the SDK to embed. You can also go ahead and set up a black panel to protect any screens where there's private information that you don't want shared, again, PCI compliance and others. If you need inside of Android, you can actually go down deeper and drive into whatever it is that you need, okay? And you also have access to the camera. And again, this is both in iOS and Android. You can get to wherever you need to go. And again, once they're done, you hit end. All of that session data has been recorded if you want with our optional record product. And you can use that data right from within something like Salesforce for compliance or training. Now, a couple of other capabilities that we have is once you're dealing with that mobile environment, sometimes you have customers that have an issue and you need to see it live, whether that is to verify something for an agent, maybe verify identity, A customer wants to show you something about an accident they've had. And we're able to, again, with just a click, allow you to see what your customer's seeing. No more long descriptive environmental kind of discussions. You're able to do it very, very quickly. Normally you've got something already set up. In this case, I'm going to change that setup and go into just seeing what the customer has that they want to show me. I'm going to send an invitation here. They don't need an app. They don't need to download anything at all on the phone. Simply take the text and you would have total control over what this says here. And you can guide them here from the agent side. I'll focus over here on the agent side for a minute. You know that text has been delivered. You can guide them to the text and say, click on the link that has a capital N, capital V, and a small m at the end. If they said they didn't get it, you can reconfirm the phone number. But if everything works as designed, they simply on the agent side, you need to hit join and tell your customer to tap on this link right here. When they do that, again, no installation required, no app, no download. You're going to be able to see live very, very quickly. And while you talk about a small car, here we go. We're going to be right into the small car. But when they see a rotor here in the customer view on this experience, you can go ahead and tell them to tap that rotor, and it's going to go ahead and bring in hit the next camera. That rotor means we've detected multiple cameras on a modern smartphone. Very, very easy to do. And we can walk right in and the customer can move us around the car, show us what they need to. And oh, by the way, when they're showing us that, we can now, since we're in Salesforce or in a CRM, we can take a snapshot of it and park that right directly in full view inside of Salesforce. And again, we'll park it again. And now we've got a couple that have been parked right into Salesforce, right on the customer's case if you're using a CRM. If you're not, we have APIs that allow you to extend that if you need to. Now, maybe while I'm on the phone, I'm going to call my friend over in claims and say, hey, I'd like you to take a look at this and get some idea about what this is going to take. And okay, you need to see it. Well, let's generate a link. And we're going to generate a link to bring somebody else into the conversation. And when we do that, we can use whatever internal tools you have, if you're using Slack or if you're just using email. In this case, I'm just going to cut and I'm going to paste this in here. All right. And now as our claims person comes on, it's just very, very simple to bring them in. And now everybody is seeing live what we're seeing, the same thing. And we can save wear and tear. We can make the process much more efficient. We can drop down and take out an awful lot of the travel or the screen time, if you will. And we can go ahead and roll through. Now, even if I started that conversation out of the contact center, I can leave on with the adjuster. And you can use this same technology, started just slightly a different way. If you want, you can do things like identity verification. And you can, again, take a snapshot, park that in, see somebody's license or some identifying piece held up. When you're done, you simply click end. And again, a number of different ways that we can go ahead and work and run inside of the environment. Now, when I come back here and I get to that session that I just had, again, this works in Salesforce, Zendesk, Microsoft Dynamics, or with any of the appropriate APIs that we have. If you have a custom environment, I can go ahead and go back into that session. Any of that data, and all of this is reportable. And now in here, I can also go in, and if you'll remember, as we kind of walked in, we took a snapshot of what was out there. And this is parked out on the case so that, again, we have all of those snapshots. You can also stop and even annotate if you need to live to help the customer, help your policyholder. Again, different ways that we can help inside the environment to make this much faster, much more friendly, much more efficient, and working through all of the different channels wherever we can to help you help your customer, because we actually help people who help people. It's a key tenet of the way that we run our company and trying to make sure that we provide you with the best service possible. So now jump in here one more time. And now we're going to step back and we're going to move into our Request Live product. And what Request Live does is Request Live takes a little bit of a different approach with how we allow you to contact and interact with your customers. Request Live will allow you to generate an inbound video call. That inbound video call can be paired with any of the data that you have in the customer's web session already, and you can use that data to route the call to the best possible person without doing a ton of data gathering. You've already got the information. Why ask the customer, for example, 1 for English, 2 for Spanish? If they're on a Spanish version of your website, why not land them with a Spanish speaker? We want to make it, again, as simple and seamless as possible. And when you answer that call, you'll be able to either answer it live with a cobrowse and screen share already in tow, or will allow you to have it just simply 1 click away. So you're always able to see what the customer is seeing. So again, let me jump over here, and I'm going to go ahead and pull in our Request Live screen. Let's use this, currency exchange screen here, if I can bring that into the right view with Zoom. And we're going to pop over here, and we're going to go into our Request Live portal. Now, as I'm the customer, I'm here. This one says call us. Okay, there are many different treatments and ways that you can model your site. And so we allow you to use your own iconography, your own color schemes, and decide your own workflow to initiate a call. And I'll show you a couple of different ones. And here we're going to go ahead and generate this with a call us. In this case, we're going to go ahead and open it up and allow the customer to visually confirm, right? I'm not going to put any audio on this one because we want them to, well, we don't want the audio to step on top of the Zoom audio here. We'll go ahead and generate with just 1 call. Again, no download required. We're going to go ahead and start. And let me go ahead here and actually log in as my agent. In fact, let me go ahead and pull that up and log in. And see if we can go ahead and bring back my queue and screen and bring that up. And we restart this because I had everything timed out. I've been talking too long. And so as I start this up, there we go. We're going to pop in, and now you heard the chime. It knows where I'm at. It's routed it to me because I am the right person to handle this call. And I'm going to go ahead and join with video. And just that easy here, it's going to pop in for the customer, let them know I'm ready to join. And now we're going to go ahead and start our session. And as you see, we're bringing up our video. Now you'll see here I am with the blurred background. That would be my role here as the agent. And on the customer side, since we're using the same camera, we're going to get the same kind of motion, but I am here with a picture in a picture so I can see what I look like. And as you see, I've answered with the screen already there. So I am completely poised and in line and ready to help. And I have all of the features available for the cobrowse that I showed you earlier. I can protect data, keep it out of the share. I can draw and annotate. I can help guide and push them to where they need to be. And I'm speaking with them live. So it's just that easy. 1 click and inbound, and we have the call. You can also use this as a mechanism launched from some of your online ads. All right. So if you have multiple agents in the field, you can actually use the geographic locator to basically ring the video call to the nearest agent to the customer and the policyholder. Or you can have it routed directly to the agency that already is handling the customer's policy, all based on data from within your environment and the data that we've already gathered from them being live on your website. So I'm going to go ahead and end that call. All right. And now let me click this one here and click out of our closed session. Okay. And one of the other pieces here, I'm just going to, for fun, switch over here to the retail site. And in this retail site, I'm going to show you a little bit different way that you can handle the whole interaction. You'll see as I'm navigating through here, now I am using a talk live moniker in this case. And here, rather than ask the customer to confirm, I'm simply saying, do you want to speak video or audio? All right. And in this case, I'm going to say video, and I'm going to route it to me because I'm set to handle, either the Canon brand or DSLR cameras, totally off the topic of insurance, but just another way that we can help based on just giving you a different site experience. So now I'm going to join, and the difference here, when I join this time, I'm going to go ahead and join full screen video and ask permission to go ahead and share live with the customer on their screen. And so in this realm, I've got a couple of different ways. I can either ask the customer, all right, or I can go ahead and tell them, press on the icon in the lower left corner. Either of them are going to do. But in this case, I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to hit the request to share. You'll see a little green icon pop up in your lower right-hand corner. When that does, go ahead and click on the little green icon, and I'll be able to see right live what you're seeing. And again, then I have all of my co-browse capabilities. I'm able to bring this in. I'm able to do whatever I need to help the customer, to make it seamless, to make it easy, and to allow you to see what they're seeing with just one click. If a picture is truly worth 1,000 words, imagine your ability to shorten your average handle time if you don't have to speak those 1,000 words. So I'm going to go ahead and stop right here and see if anyone has any questions. Mike, do we have any questions that have come in that we can go ahead and talk to or speak to and make sure everybody has their questions answered?
Yeah, Bud, we do actually have a couple of questions. Let's see here. First question comes in. Just to confirm, the products that you have shown do not require any download or anything to be installed by the customer or my agent. Is that correct?
Absolutely correct. We never ask you to download anything. We never ask for an install. The last thing we'd ever want to do is if you have a customer who may be frustrated, a policyholder who's having a problem on the site, we don't want to exacerbate that by making a complex set of steps put in front of them before they actually have to solve an issue or deal with someone who can actually help them resolve an issue. So yeah, never download, never install. We use standard web protocols, so there's never a firewall issue that we have to contend with either. So we want to be as simple and seamless as we possibly can.
All right. We also have another kind of point of clarification question. Am I correct in assuming that I have seen multiple products during this presentation that could help multiple departments within my company?
Absolutely. We have a number of, as we look at our product suite, we can range the entire life cycle from the inbound sales, pre-sales, all the way out to your initial customer acquisition on the ad side. Okay, bring that all the way through with co-browse, video chat, different video chat tools to help you, and to even extend that life out into your post-customer acquisition, into field support, claim support, and even working with subcontractors who are actually doing the repairs. I mean, we have tools that can help across that life cycle. You can buy them individually, you can buy them bundled.
All right, and I think we have time for one final question this afternoon. How is the product priced?
The product is priced to basically based on the number of agents or users on the insurance company side. So it's on the side. So if you have a set of users, let's say 10 users, the product is priced for 10 users, and the price is per seat per month. We bill it on an annual basis. And we have some, when you're talking about things like Salesforce or Zendesk or other larger scale add-ons, they can also be bundled in, and they are based on the total number of users that you have. And that and there are discounts available based on quantity and term.
All right. Well, thank you so much for answering these questions, Bud.
All right, turn it back over to you, gentlemen, and thanks to everybody for listening to me.
All right. Well, thank you all very much for your time today and attention. If there are any other questions that should arise, please feel free to reach out to us. And if there's anything we can do for you, we look forward to hearing from you and speaking to you in the future. Thank you very much and have a great day.